When you first, got cast, did you think, okay, this is going to be massive, or we'll see what happens? I'm not sure. Maybe you'll just, won't get picked up for a second season. How did you feel coming into it?
I said no. I didn't want to do it.
You don't want to do it?
I didn't want to do it. No,
Why?
I was like, I ain't doing that. Well, because I went through, after the period, of getting hot, I went through an opportunity curve, a huge one for my career. So I got a lot of offers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got an offer for a holding deal at Disney for, I think, like $250,000 or something. I went to Robert Townsend and I said, what do you think about that? And he told me, if you think that's the last $250,000 that you ever going to make, then take that deal. I was like, okay, all right, I hear you, right? And there was a show that I had the starring role with, I didn't know at the time, but it was Murphy Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a starring role in Murphy Brown along with the co-star, which was her, right?
Yeah, Candace Bergen, right?
Candace Bergen.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And then I had an offer for the lead role in Coming to America, the television series.
Right, which never happened.
Right?
Yeah.
It happened, but it didn't happen.
It never came out.
And I worked my butt off, and that's a long story. But I basically passed on everything, and then I chose that over everything, right? And then that didn't work out, so I had nothing. All that to boil down to nothing. Like being that hot and then starting out from scratch. And my manager looked me right in the face. He said, man, don't even worry about that shit, man. Let's just go back to the clubs and let's just keep on doing what we're doing. And we did. So when I heard that Keenan was doing In Living Color through my agent, I said, nah, I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm back in the clubs because I'm a very coachable player. I'm like a boxer or quarterback or whatever. He said, we're getting back in the gym. I'm like, let's go. I have that type of focus. But my agent, who was brilliant in approach, called me and said, can I talk to you? And I was like, yeah. He said, why don't you just audition? And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. And I went, and I did it. And I got it.
Right. Chris Rock was supposed to be part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But that never happened.
Everybody was supposed to be a part of the show.
Right.
But fortunately they happened in spite, you know. I mean,
and
what would Chris be, Chris, what would Dave be if he was on there? Destiny plays his hand.
Right. Paul Mooney, I think, was a writer.
Paul was a writer. We had some great writers. Yeah. Well, that was our show. Our show was based on the fact that we had some badass writers from all kind of backgrounds, especially the black writers, because there was no black writers in Hollywood at the time, So it was our writers and the combination of us having skills and Keenan being very smart. Very smart. Keenan is like, I call him Professor Xavier, man. He took all the mutants, put them in the danger room, showed them how to work together, put them in that ship, that black ship that they got, and got it done.
You get to the first season.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you guys won an Emmy?
Yeah.
At the end?
Yeah.
How did that feel? I mean, you didn't. Did you personally win it, or was it?
Yeah, I felt good about it.
Yeah,
but it really was. I was really young, I was glad that I won it, but I didn't understand its significance at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And also it was kind of I was a part of the team.
Yeah,
and not really the ownership.
Right, and Keenan had like every family member.
Yeah.
On that show.
Yeah. No, it's more like I can now liken it.
Sister.
Yeah, I can now liken it to football. Yeah. It's like you hoist that damn Lombardi trophy.
Mm-hmm.
And as a player, you're like, man, this is representative of what I can do with my career and how good of a player that I am. And then you hand it to the owner, who owns the franchise.
Right.
And so it reminds me of when Denver won it. And he's got the Lombardi and goes, this one's for John. You know what I mean? like the owner of the Patriots, Tom Brady did, you know what I mean? It's like, but it's the organization. I was a part of an organization. So it wasn't really my Lombardi,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it was my show.
Yeah.
And that was significant for me. you know.
Right. And you played a lot of very famous characters on that show. You
Go
were
ahead.
like the main Michael Jackson character, right?
Yeah, black and white. I made $1 million by the time I was 10. I made a love song to a rat named Ben. I played with little animals. And what and I changed my skin from black into white. But look me in my face and tell me if you think I'm black or white. If I'm black or white, you tell me we don't know. I'm black. You tell me we don't know. And then the police arrest me, and I go, I guess I am black. You know, that was the bomb. That was the bomb ass sketch.
Yep. I remember
What we did-
my dad told me
yeah.
about that skit one day.
Yeah,
He's like,
what
"Oh,
we
I
did
just
had
saw this."
power, boy.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did Hammer.
You did
Become
Hammer?
Hammer. And Hammer was the hottest.
Yep.
So that was a great sketch for me to do.
Mhm.
You know.
Did Hammer appreciate that sketch?
Yeah, oh yeah.